Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Campus Care Ed Talks. I, Mehak Dhiman, your host for the day, would like to welcome you all. Ed Talks is a platform where educators and leaders come on board and express their viewpoints related to education and society. Our topic for the day is what can educators do to keep a check on a student's mental health and to express his viewpoints on the same. We have with us Mohammad Zahid Khan, sir, principal of Shafiq Memorial Senior Secondary School. A very warm welcome, sir.
Thank you. You are also welcome.
Thank you so much, sir.
And
Thank you for taking out your time for us.
I am also very pleased to be a part of your this very good program. And the way you are handling and organizing this program is wonderful.
Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, we are here talking about mental health. So, when we, start about mental health, there are a lot of things. This is a topic that we used to avoid talking about. So, how do we, destigmatize this topic? How do we, uh, let's say, create awareness about mental health at school, sir?
Okay. See, Mehak, I am really very happy that you and your team has chosen such a wonderful concept for today's discussion, mental health. Nowadays, everybody is talking about physical health, about education, educational programs, about students, learning, experimentation, and all. But I think as an educator, we are missing from a very important word of today's education, which is mental health of a child. And before answering you this very question, I think for our viewers, it is very important to know the basic concept of mental health.
Yes, sir.
See, mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well being.
Yes, sir.
It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health actually is important at every stage of life, from a childhood to the adolescence stage, then from the adolescence to adulthood. And over the course of your life, if you experience mental health problems, your thinking, mood, and behavior could be affected. Many factors contribute to mental health actually. These may be biological factors such as genes or brain chemistry, and your life experiences such as abuse or trauma,
Yes, sir.
and even a very important factor is family history, because mental problems and issues comes from there only. And I would like to tell our viewers, mental health is a very common factor, but help is available. People with mental health problems can get better and many recover completely. So it is not a concept that you are hiding about the weaknesses in your mental health. If you find that there is a child in your family and who is coming across with such a problem, you come to the specialist. There is a complete treatment, procedure is there, and it is 100% curable. And for parents, it's very important. There are certain signs which will tell you that there is a mental issues to your child.
Absolutely,
So
sir. Very good.
you must be very much aware about these signs. For example,
Yes, sir.
eating or sleeping too much. This is very important.
Yes,
And
sir.
pulling away from people and other activities, having low energy, having unexplained aches and pains, feeling helpless, and smoking, drinking, and what can I say, you are when you're talking to someone, you're totally confused, you're totally scared, you are worried whether what I'm telling you is right or wrong.
Yes, sir.
So these are the signs, the beginning signs for your this mental health. And I can say that It is a responsibility, combined responsibility of educators, school, but primary responsibilities of the family. Now, coming back to your question, you asked me how to reduce this tag. See, knowing the facts, educate yourself about mental illness. Be aware of your attitudes and behavior, and choose your words carefully. What you're talking about. Focus on positive, avoid negative things. Include everyone in your program, in your messages. Everyone is a very important person. You cannot say that this person is important, this person is less important, and this person is not important at all. Everybody is contributing to this society. So the society is like a system,
Yeah.
and we are all parts of it. So contribution comes from everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Some more, some less. And for the better understanding of this concept, I'll tell you how it works. You know, I'll quote you example also, like example of one of my student. Sometimes a good and sound physical health can be destroyed by bad mental health. Here, I would like to tell you a story of my student. His name was Manish, who after completing the school education got admission in a professional course. He was good in athletics. He was a champion in relay race. On the other hand, he was brilliant, talented, a very intelligent guy, and very good in study. In the college, he met a girl. This is happening with most of the boys. He met a girl in the college when he was there, who was not so good in study. That she built up friendship with Manish, showing her inability to do well in the education. I don't know this, Manish. Can you help me out? Like that, she started building friendship with Manish. Manish started teaching to her, sharing notes, and slowly, both fall in love. Both fallen in love. When the result of finals were declared, Manish topped in the department and topped in the university as well. And because of Manish, his girlfriend also got first division.
Yeah.
Manish immediately got a job as per the professional degree he was holding. And he invited his girlfriend. This is the point. He invited his girlfriend for the celebration in a restaurant. Her girlfriend entered in the restaurant with another guy. And that guy was his actual boyfriend and introduced him with the Manish. Can you imagine what happened to him? Manish was totally collapsed. He lost his mental balance. He lost job as well after some times, and his physical health fallen with a great degree. All because of the mental health, emotions, which were badly affected and destroyed by this guy. 3 years after, his personality was totally bad. He started, you know, absenteeism at a large scale from his office. And finally, his company says, "No, Manish, your service is not needed at all."
Yeah.
Now tell me, Manish is still not recovered. I know him. He is still not recovered. And I don't know how long it will take for his recovery. So, this is the story of a mental health. So, that was the answer of your first question. Now, your next
Absolutely,
question,
sir.
please.
Absolutely, sir. Very beautifully explained. And I think, yes, mental health can be destroyed by just, a bad, just a small thing, just a small sentence you say to somebody. Moving on, sir, do you think that, the educators, they should take account the environment at home, that how are those, for example, if a student or a children, is tackling some issues at home, and this is why it is having a bad mental health, so how can they take into account that environment? Also, do you think that educators should be trained to deal with these sensitive topics in the school?
Yes, this is what I told you in my earlier discussion. Uh, Many factors are responsible for the mental health, and especially for the poor mental health.
Yes, sir.
And the important role is played by the home. See, the human mind and body are interconnected and can be affected by many things, including environment you live in. A peaceful and visually appealing home setting can create a greater sense of well-being. And sometimes color also affects your life.
Yeah.
What color you have on your walls, does also affect your life. Some tips for transferring a depression environment into one that's uplifting and supporting of your life goals. This changing can help. You create an environment where you will be more receptive to control such crisis. But what happens generally, in families, especially in our Indian culture, children are suffering from mental illness, and parents they are not bothering. There can be a number of factors. First of all, education. Maybe parents are not very educated. Even they don't know the meaning of a mental health.
Yeah.
Every time they are pressurizing the children. Go to school, do your study, how long you are studying, whether you have gone to the tuition or not, whether you have done this thing or not. They are not actually caring about the mental health. Was a topper in the last year, but today and this year, there is a large number of complaints coming out from the school. Not only from the school, also from nearby. So that is to be checked by the parents.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much. So, sir, it is generally said that, the teachers or somebody, for example, if I'm having, a bad, I'm having a bad mental health and I need to talk to somebody, the person who I am talking to needs to be an active listener. He needs to be a patient, an active listener. And what can we do for that?
See, you asked a very good question, and this is the question where most of the people, whether they are educators, they are planners, they are administrators, they are teachers, even they are parents, even they are friends, nobody is ready to listen anyone. Everybody wants to say something, and he wants that the other person should listen carefully. But this is not so. As an educator or as a planner, administrator, I think listening is integral to a positive communication. By providing students with training on how to listen, students will be able to communicate with understanding, empathy, and I think many research has found that listening effectively results yields good results. So strategies are required that encourage active learning and limits. And I think in school also, teacher, instead of just teaching the students through a one-way communication system, should involve the students, should tell them, ask for the discussion. This is the point of learning today. We are going to discuss this point. Now, what are your views? So, when the students are participating, the teacher is also building a habit of listening, because more you listen, the better will be the result. More you listen, the better result, but also you're learning. So it can be concluded, whether you are educator or a student or any person, always habit of listening will yield good results in your overall personality.
Absolutely, sir. I think what you just said, it's very true. Thank you so much, sir. It was, a very wonderful session with you about mental health and how can we, keep a check on uh, students' mental health at school. I think we need to focus more on students' mental health while at school, because there are a lot of things running through their mind when they are at school and they cannot focus on studying.
Mm. But finally, I would like to give one message,
Yes, sir.
and this is especially to the teacher and a parent.
Yes, sir.
For parents, please don't ignore your child who's very weak in study. Don't tell negative things to your child. Don't express that your child is a very bad boy or a bad girl, especially in front of your friends and relatives. And
Yes,
for
sir.
teacher, please don't discourage The children who are slow learner, always encourage them. And somehow, if you start using your encouraging skill, the day is not far. The child which you are thinking that is a slow learner can be a some not so high learner, but marks minimum 30% to 40%. So instead of getting failing marks, he's just qualifying your examination. So for teacher also, I have seen in my life many teachers, they are discouraging the students in the class. Oh, you such a poor student, you don't know how to write, how to read, and they started abusing the child. And you're this very act just destroying his entire life. So please avoid this situation.
Absolutely, sir. Very beautiful message. Thank you so much, sir, again for being here with us. It was lovely talking to you and listening to your viewpoints and experiences.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And for all the viewers watching us out, do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more stuff like this. Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.